What's going on, everyone? Migz of the Decksmiths back with another video, and as you guys see, this will be a Digimon edition for a deck profile. If you guys haven't seen from the from the Pokemon Trio Birds update, then Lilithmon just sitting there was a nice little Easter egg. And if nobody really caught on to it, I guess I did a good job at making people wonder what's going on with just this card sitting there. So it's basically a deck focusing with just purple with Lilithmon. Of course, that's my main attraction to the deck. To be fair, there wasn't really anything that I was gonna get caught into this game, but of course with the waifu around and possibly maybe Angelmon, some stuff like that, it did pull my little attention. I am kind of a big fan when it does come to the whole little angelic stuff. But nonetheless, it's a this has been a work in progress. The deck is subject to change. This is going straight purple, so most of you know what it is and how it focuses on, so we're just going to jump right into the deck and we're going to get right on to it. So of course, for the starting for the hatch, I run one Yamon and of course max copies of Pokemon. Pokemon of course is really great because it gives the inherited. When attacking, you could trash the top card of your deck. And I kind of like it because it does carry a little bit of the, in Yu-Gi-Oh reference, it does carry the Light Sworn mechanic, and I do like decks like that. So I guess this is another reason why this whole theme became a thing, to me at least. This is actually pretty good. If I have early game, it's an extra plus 1k DP, but other than that, it's there to serve as an egg purpose. And with that, that's it for all the little eggs. We're gonna move on to the levels. So all the eggs were level 2s. For the level 3s, of course, we're running max copies of Tsukaimon because, you know, on deletion, on the inherited, I gain a memory on deletion, so it kind of puts a strain on the opponent. So, you know, if they are close to almost ending their turn because they are on their 0 marker, and, you know, if I end up blocking and that blocker does have this underneath it, then it's gonna be pretty much GG for their turn. And then, of course, max copy of Impmons. On deletion, I trash the top 3. Still okay, I'm fine with that. The deck does know how to recover your level 3s from your trash, discard pile, graveyard, however you want to refer to it as. So it's pretty cool. And of course, we all know there's one little secret tech I have in the deck, of course, that I use for this. Oh, and last but not least, out of the level 3s, I'm also running 4 Goblimons, and because it carries the inherit. On deletion, I draw 2 and then trash 1. So it's a draw 2, discard 1. It's really good. So those are all of the level 3s. Level 4s, I have 2 Raremons. I know there's a promo version of them, but this is what I have at the moment, and I like this because I can reveal the top 3, choose an option card among them, add to my hand, and trash the rest. Still good, which at the same time, you kind of want to have cards in your trash, so to benefit off a lot of your cards when digivolving into your high levels. For other level 4s, we got 4 Devimons. It has retaliation on both its main as a card and as an inherit. So if they delete him in battle, he takes them down with them. If you are from the Dragon Ball Super card game, it's the equivalent to Revenge. You attack him, he goes down with you. And last but not least, out of level 4s, of course, like every deck, you gotta have your blockers. 4 Valmons is a blocker. If he attacks, you lose 2 memories. There is no way, shape, or form that you would use a blocker to swing with anyway, especially if you're losing 2 memory. Come on, even as a beginner, I know better. So those are it for the level 4s. To go to the level 5s, 2 Lilithmons. I know it's not the best of level 5s, but it's what I have to work with. 2 Chimeramons. When it comes to play, it depends really on how I do it. I usually have not gotten this to go off as much, but when I need to, like if they have a blocker on the board, I could just kill one of mine's, kill one of theirs. So, you know, it's pretty decent, but other than that, he comes out when he needs to. Other than that, he's usually in my trash. And 3 rare Garurumon. Nothing on it as an actual Digimon, but on the inherits, when attacking, I could delete one of my other Digimons to unsuspend him. So in other words, suspend, they just go tapped. So basically, if I swing with this, I can just delete another one of my Digimons and restand them. It's pretty cool. Pretty good. For the level 6, for your higher drops, of course, definite shout out to Reeves. I mean, this is quite expensive, but it still helps. I only have one, so if I do get a second one, well, fuck yeah, I would throw in a second one. Hell, I'll probably even drop a third one. But it depends, but one is already good enough. So it has his own little card inheriting. If I have 10 or more cards in my trash, my Impmon can Digivolve into this, ignoring the Digimon costs. So, meaning, if I have this on board, and there's 10 or more in my trash, in my graveyard, discard pile, however you want to call it, this would basically be 0 when I Digivolve into this. So I can skip levels. It's pretty handy. And when he comes out, he does his job. When Digivolving, I could delete one of my delete one of my opponent's level 4 lower Digimons. It's still pretty cool. Nothing big. For me, at least. 2 Venomiotismon. It has security attack +1. It's basic for Dragon Ball Super. It's the equivalent of Double Strike. And on the opponent's turn, whenever your opponent suspends, whenever an opponent's Digimon is suspended, I gain a memory. So while this is on the board, it puts pressure towards the opponent, because if they have to spend cards to play Digimons and to Digivolve. So if they're going down memory, most likely the last thing they're gonna do is run out of memory, and they're gonna pass the turn. They're gonna have to be obligated to pass the turn after the swing. For future deck builds, I may increase this to 3, maybe to 4, but I think 3 will be the perfect number because I don't want to see too many of this. And I like the on opponent's turn, where I can gain back a memory, so it puts me down closer to my turn. And on top of that, he does put pressure, because not only they have to hope that the attack doesn't go through, but if they do go through, that's going to be 2 checks I get. So that's pretty nasty. Last but not least, courtesy of both Reeves and Raiden, 3 Lady Dimitris. If you understood where I went with that, Hashtag that in the bottom. So, of course, 3 Lilithmon. I wish I had a 4th one, but 3 has actually been good enough as is. When I digivolve into Lilithmon, if I have 10 or more cards in my trash, I can return up to 2 purple option cards from the trash to my hand. So it's so good because I can always get back any of my option cards that I've used and add them back to my hand and still do a lot. And then on my turn, once per turn, when I play an option card, I gain 2 memory. What I love is if I have multiple copies on board, it stacks. So that's pretty good, and I like that. Give me more memory so I can play more stuff on my turn. Love it. And that is it for the Digimons. To round with the option cards, I'm running 4 Night Raids. It lets me play a purple Digimon level 3 from my trash without paying the memory cost onto the board. However, if they have any like on-play effects, they don't trigger. Not like it matters because most of them only have it on parrots. So mainly, this would be an easy target, like to put them on the board, and then digivolve into something bigger, so on and so forth. 4 Darkness Claws. It basically gives me plus 30k DP, so it makes the Digimon way stronger. And if this gets triggered on security check, I gain 2 memory, also helping me push back to my turn. Also helps, yep. Basically, I know I'm stumbling about my words, I'm sorry about that. But yes, it puts me closer to getting to my turn. So it also worries the opponent because, you know, you can't just go pussy yaw and just hope you don't get this. Because if you use up your memories and I end up getting this, you're gonna pretty much, too bad. Night, my turn. 2 Trump Swords. I might increase this to 3. I really like this, especially when I could trigger it as a security. First of all, the main is I delete one of my opponent's unsuspended Pokemon. I said Pokemon. Bloopers live. It suspends. It kills a Digimon that has not swung. So say that there's a big beater on board and they swung at me with a weenie rush. Okay, sure, take it. Oh, pop the big guy that you were hoping to swing. You know, it's pretty cool. And if I trigger that and if it's triggered off the security, I can trigger the main on it. So it's pretty good. I like it. And it's one of those surprise, or like as Dave Chappelle would say, gotcha, bitch. And it's really fun. Really a fun card. I actually want to bump this up to 3, definitely. So I gotta have a higher chance of actually surprising opponents with this. 2 Heat Swords. On the main, I can delete one of mine to delete up to 2 of the opponent's level 4 lowers. Only 2 because it's kind of situational. The security, I can add it to hand, but it is really, like, I don't know, it's very situational. Like, it's really good early game, but late game, to me, it feels that it's not worth it. But it's still something that is a nice little tech to use in there, and it does come in handy from time to time. To finish the deck, of course, you guys are wondering, what about the Tamers? Of course, I'm running full 3 Matt Ishida, and I only have access to 3 of them. Trust me, I would have ran a 4th one. But I think 3 is good enough as is. I know that you want to put 4 of them because you want to see this right away. But once you have 1 on the board, it kind of becomes useless. I mean, the on-play effect is pretty nice. because one, at the start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, you set your memory to 3. So like if your opponent tries to play tricks on you and they put you at 1 and they pass the turn leaving you at 1 memory, guess what? This resets it to 3. So tough luck. And on play, you can return a purple Digimon card or a purple option card from your trash back to your hand. And if you trigger this off security, you can just play it right then and there. So that was it for the Lilithmon, aka Dimitris deck. Lady Dimitris just sitting there. Like I said, it is subject to change. Let me know what you guys think. So far in my play testing, it has been working very well. With that, stay tuned. I am gonna have more Dragon Ball Super deck profiles coming up later on. And of course, I will also, hopefully, when I'm more than ready, and I'm sure that it's what I want to showcase, I will maybe present my first ever Magic the Gathering Commander deck profile. So with that, this is Migz of the Decksmiths signing out. Peace out, and of course, most importantly, through this time of day, take care of yourself. Peace out, guys.